later
Whoa, we
in the
need to
game.
stop. We need to stop discussing this endgame.
Queen f7.
Really shocking. This is unbelievable. Yavakir Sindarov kicking off with the d-pawn. So popular, this candidate's chess tournament 2026. Looking for the next challenger to Gukesh D. Sindarov's leading. Pragnananda is trying to put an end to his hot streak. Wins. Few draws, but mainly wins. What's going to happen today? Well, no Nimzo Indian. We get knight f3 avoiding it. So Prague goes back into your standard Queen's Gambit declined. This knight hits the game. You could go bishop e7, the most popular, solid move. Many other moves being played here too, but none of it. Knight bd7 on the board, rock solid, but Prague doesn't want to be solid. Watch what he goes for. He whooshes out with this bishop, announces it, great etiquette. It's a kind of Ragazin style thing now. You're going to see what I mean, because he plonks this knight on e4. Normally you shouldn't move the same piece twice in the opening, but he's going for super pressure. He's also just opened the queen. Queen c2's played, and now here we go. Vamos, baby, push that g-pawn. This is the chess we came to see, right? The bishop drops back here, and h5 is the move. Push Harry the h-pawn, trap that bishop, win the game. Good night, God bless. But of course, Sindarov's got it planned out. He plays bishop d3. This is all theory. It looks like your bishop's getting trapped after pawn h4. However, it's not. This is the best move. And now black has a choice of captures. In the game, this one was played. If you take the bishop here, well, white can take this central pawn, which is a biggie. And if you carry on munching here, well, not only is that covered twice, no issues, but you can even start crashing through to the king and doing some check business and winning a bishop. It's great for white. So this gets you nowhere. You have to take on e4. White recaptures with a check. Taking with the queen, or blocking with the queen rather, no good. You lop them off and you win this pawn. The queen was defending it. So this is the tried and tested move. Looks really weird. It's a very aggressive, risky line. We've once again got one of these imbalances on the way of pawns versus the piece. Now the rook is hit. Of course we get the stinky f6. Hang on a minute. Isn't that bishop just straight up trapped now? Well, not quite. It is, but white's got play. You could castle here, but the most swashbuckling move played by Yavakir is knight takes on g5. Well done if that one occurred to you and you've not seen it before. Now you don't have time to take this bishop, or you run into this forkaroo. That's nasty. If you take the knight, you lose an entire rook, an exchange. White's doing really well. So neither of the captures working. Therefore, knight takes needs to be played here. You can start with this though. Either move order works. You do have to chop that bishop for knight. You're about to see why. Knight takes is played. Pawn recaptures here, and pawn takes knight. If that bishop was still on b4, it'd currently be hanging. You'd take it with check. Hence why it had to give itself up. Now, why am I drawing all over the board? I just love to draw. But also, it's to highlight the fact we've got pawns versus the bishop. This is the imbalance. Very brave from Pragnananda, given he lost the Sindarov earlier in the tournament. That time it was Sindarov with the pawns again, actually. Pragnananda with the piece. f4 is now the move selected. Bolstering this central one, and of course looking to get them running. We see pawn h3, very rich position. You know, you could have gone bishop g7 there, or king g7, sorry. Different moves for white. Sindarov starts with this one, and Prague goes into the tank. Spends half an hour debating between queen e8, queen e7. He opts for this one in the end. You could castle here, allow the takes, then rook f2. Try and bring it to the game like that one day, but not played. g3 instead. We understand it. Sindarov sets up the connect 4, wins himself a Maurice Ashley head magnet. They look stunning on the fridge. We do get why he played this move. Now takes on f4. It's risky chess, all of this, right? Your king's in the centre. Castles. I'd be absolutely pooping my pants here if I was playing the black side of this. Most of us would. Prague plays the excellent rook h6, covering some key invasion squares for the white heavy pieces, especially think queen. And now after rook takes on f4 check, best to actually come and occupy the f-file. Plus you stop some check ideas in some lines by keeping the pawn on e3. King g7 could be played, apparently better. King g8 was selected, the rooks double up, and it was in this position that Pragnananda made a terrible blunder. What should he have played? Bishop e6, because you critically cover that invasion square. Now this is the best line. Let's see how it could go. Queen to h7 is the best move. Something like this. You do actually lose back the piece in this line, but you activate the king, and due to that activity, it should be a roughly level position here. Okay, who knows what's going to happen. At this high level of chess, it looks like it should head towards a draw. Not played, no bishop e6. Instead, we get the awful bishop d7. Why is this a losing move? Well, simply rook f7 is a killer. Now in the game, we saw queen takes. If you go queen e6, holding on to the bishop, thinking you're okay, well, there's a killer shot, rook 7 to f6. Important you go with that one because you don't want the rook hanging in some lines. And now if rook takes, and you try queen g4, swap these ones off the board here, then there's rook g6 check, and you're simply winning the queen, right? Completely game over. So this isn't working. Therefore this, rook recaptures, king takes. Is this really so bad? There are some positions where black has a nice fortress, white can't make that much progress, but this is not one of them. The king has to stay with the rook. If you try king g6, not played, we're in the back cave, then there's queen f6 check. You have to step to one of these two light squares, whichever one you go to, this is the follow-up move, and you lose the bishop. This is the recurring theme. Loose pieces drop off. LP, D, OF, as they say. Check. Doesn't matter what you do, you lose. King h7 was selected. If rook g6, check, win the bishop. This was played, check, win the bishop, and this is the game. The rook occupies the file here, nice, but this queen is absolutely overpowered in such positions. The rook cannot fight against the queen, and this army of pawns here, not with the exposed king as well, it is just not possible. There goes the e-pawn marching, opening up more deadly checks here. We get rook e8 desperate on the board. Queen takes on a5 now. Who saw that coming here? Masterful play by Sindarov. b6 is played. Checks on the board. If you want to learn these kind of endgames, of course, obviously check out Lotus Chess in the description. They even teach endgames now, not just openings. Now we see queen g4 check, king f8, and now this pawn drops, and it's just barbaric, because after rook takes on e6, king f2, you can't even play this move. There's a problem. Can you see it? Of course it's related to the checks. You can simply take the rooks off. This is completely lost, of course. Too many pawns, munch, munch, munch. Black king can never even take, or this one runs. Hopelessly lost endgame. Let's see how Sindarov put the final finishing touches on it. It's just completely gone. You could resign already. Wouldn't really be too soon. Not at this level. Still can't take. Same tricks. Win the rooks. Win the pawn endgame. Prague goes on a few more moves. The queen spins around. Red carpet's rolled out. Rook g8 tries to stop the pawn. But check is played and resigns. and not too soon. If you block with the rook, then you can check, check, then you can push this pawn, and how do you stop it? Best move is give up an entire rook. You can't pin the queen to the king, just takes with check, make the queen. If you try this, then there's a check down here, win an entire rook. None of the lines work out, as you can see. If you run with the king, still the pawn can push, or just take on c5, gobble up every single pawn here, then go on to win the game with one of your 4 pawns. You know, it's way too much at this point. Absolutely over. Sindarov takes that game home, and it was the only decisive result of the day. All the others drew, which does not help them. Let's jump to the standings here. It means going into the rest day, Sindarov is 2 points clear of Giri, 3 points clear of Fabi, and there's only 4 rounds to go. This is nuts. Looking like a youngsters World Chess Championship battle to come later this year. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the video on screen. Losing my voice today. I'm off to chess myself now to play over the board. Looking forward to that. Thanks very much for your support. Oh, and I'll be away the next couple days. Back Sunday, I'm afraid. Got some stuff going on. Excuse me. Hope to see you soon. Bye.